Hello and welcome to Little Learners. In today's video I wanted to talk to you about Parents' Evening. So I'm going to do this in two parts. In this video I'm going to be talking about scheduling your Parents' Evening meetings, and then I'm going to make another video about how best to make sure you stick to your time and Parents' Evening doesn't run over. So as soon as that second video is uploaded, I will link it in the description box below. But for now, we are going to talk about scheduling your meetings. So some schools use online systems to get parents to sign up for Parents' Evening, and some schools still use the old method of sending out a letter and asking for slips to come back. However, what I'm going to talk about in this video applies to both because you still need to give the system the timings that you want anyway. So when parents ask for a time, they give in the slip, or however they're asking for the time slot that they want. If I can give them that time slot and it's not already taken, I will write it on a sheet and put it on my classroom door so that the parents can see in the morning or in the afternoon when they pick up their children what time they have and what times are still available for those parents who haven't given in their slip yet. I also find this works really well because parents who haven't given in their slip will then just come up to me and say, "Can I please have this time?" Which for me works a lot better, it's quicker. I don't have to rely on them to then go home, remember to do the slip, find the slip, remember to do the slip and bring it in. So I can also just make appointments there and then. I can grab parents in the playground and say, "These are the appointments that I've got left. Do you want to choose one right now?" So for me that works quite well. The Parents' Evenings that I have done have always run over 3 days, which I know to some teachers might seem like a lot because you might do less. But I know a lot of schools also follow that 3-day method of 2 days where it starts relatively soon after school ends and maybe finishes at about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and then 1 day where it starts at about 5 and finishes at sort of 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening to give those parents who work late a chance to come for a meeting. However your Parents' Evenings run, however many days it's over, it's really important to make sure that the amount of hours that you are giving to Parents' Evening is more than you need. This is because it is so vital that you give yourself breaks. A typical Parents' Evening meeting runs about 10 to 15 minutes long, so let's just say they're 10 minutes. That's what I've always had, just like a GP, a 10-minute appointment. So I will go through and maybe every sort of 5 slots or something, depending on how many slots I've got, I will cross it out or just grey it out so that I don't give an appointment for that 10 minutes. Now there are a couple of reasons that I think this is really effective. One is that as a human being you do need breaks. You're going to be talking for a lot of time, so you do need a little break in between a lot of that, and also you're going to be wanting to write down notes and follow up on certain things, and you don't always have time when you're with the parents to write down everything you want to, so that gives you some time to do that. At my last school we had to type up everything that happened in the Parents' Evening meeting, so I would use some of that 10 minutes to start typing up so that I wouldn't have to do it another day. Another reason for having these breaks is that if you're starting to run over time, which I'll get onto a bit more in my next video, you can then catch up a bit because you've got this 10 minutes, so if you are 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes over time, you just take out that break and carry on seeing people, and it just means that you manage to get back 10 minutes that you've lost. Now as a teacher, you will be able to identify which parents or carers you will need a little bit more time with. Now, as I will mention in my next video, I'm quite strict over my 10 minutes, but there are some parents that you know will want to talk more, or there are some children that you know you will want to talk more about and you have a bit more to say. So if possible, try and get those parents booked in before a break so that if it does run over, you know that you have a little bit more time in your back pocket to work with. I think one of the biggest mistakes I've seen teachers make at Parents' Evening is just to not give themselves any breaks and just to book everyone in whenever they want, and that is when problems start happening, it starts running over. So breaks, really, really important. Putting up that sign on your door to show the appointment times, really, really great. The only thing you have to keep mindful about with that is that if you do have a set of parents who want to see you separately because they are separated and don't want to be in the same room as each other, which is really unfortunate but does happen, then you might just want to have a chat with them to see if they are okay with having their child's name on that sheet twice. If not, then you might just want to put a little code in there for yourself so that you know this is the second meeting you'll be having about this child, but none of the other parents will see that. That's just a way that you can get around some potential awkwardness if you can foresee that being the case. So I hope that's been helpful. I've probably just stated the obvious for some of you. However, some of you watching may be NQTs wondering how to do this for the first time. Some of you may be experienced teachers thinking about how you can do this slightly differently, and putting in breaks is such a simple thing to do, but I know lots of teachers who don't do it, and I really think it makes a massive difference. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps out the channel. And if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button so that you can join the Little Learners family. Hit the bell if you want to be notified about my next video, all about keeping to time at Parents' Evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.